So speaking of the Cowboys, I want to ask you about your brother now. For those who don't know, this is Terrence Parsons, Micah Parsons' brother. I want to ask you a couple questions about him. So we're going to start with draft night. You being a lifelong Cowboys fan, at what point did you know that they was going to call your brother's name? And how was that experience?
Uh, it's crazy because I was watching the Giants game. I watched Dak get hurt, and the first thing I did was say to Micah, "Yo, we're probably going to Dallas, bro." that was the
Really?
first.
You said it that early?
That was the very first thing I said. That was the very
Wait,
first thing I
you
said.
said it that early?
Yes, that was the very first thing I said. He'll tell you that. I think I still have the text in my phone. I don't delete text. I said that because
You said it
at the
when Dak
time we
got
had the
hurt.
worst defense
Wow.
in the league. At
Yeah,
the
we
time we
did.
had the worst defense in the league. And you know what I mean? I knew that we haven't had a pass rusher since DeMarcus Lawrence. And our only good linebacker consistently hurt in Sean Lee.
Sean
And
Lee.
the only person in the draft that could fill both of those needs was
Micah.
Micah. Yeah, I mean, it had to be. So, and I thought it was gonna be either the Cowboys or Miami for real.
Okay.
Uh, Miami got in there late after the pro day. They seen what my brother ran and things, and Brian Flores being a defensive guy. Yeah, I mean 3-4,
Mm-hmm.
3-4 scheme. I'm like, yeah, that's your perfect outside linebacker for real. I mean, obviously, you know what I mean. In that draft, I felt like if you picked in the top 10 and you picked anywhere other than quarterback, you won.
Right.
So, I mean, I can't uh I can't knock it. I'm just happy that the Broncos and the Panthers picked the only two guys that the Cowboys
Yeah.
wanted more than Micah.
I
Thank y'all.
know. I
I
said that
appreciate y'all.
too.
I
Yeah.
appreciate y'all for real. Cause
Yep.
I wouldn't have been mad with a Pat Surtain at all. I'm not gonna lie.
Or JC Horn.
Yeah. Uh Nah, JC Horn I'd have been a
No, at
little
that
bit
time,
more.
no, at that like obviously now, but that time,
No,
like JC
I
Horn was
wouldn't
a
have been
dog.
mad at it. I wouldn't have been mad at it, but at the time it was just like I know my brother can be better than him in the long run.
Right.
Pat Surtain, it
Right.
was like, okay, yeah, we know who he is. Like we know he's gonna come in day one and be our best corner.
Got you. So talk about draft night. You had you in the building, you had Mike in the building, you had moms in the building, you had the Ron in the building. Talk
Yeah.
about like how was that experience being his brother?
Uh yeah, I mean, yeah, we had a lot of family down.
Yep.
James Franklin was down.
Mm-hmm.
Linebacker coach Penn State was down. Uh and yeah, I mean, we know going into the draft, you know what I mean, he's definitely been in conversations with a lot of teams. The like the Dolphins, the Lions,
Right.
a lot of teams is like, you know what I mean, you're on the board, we're drafting you. You know what I mean? Giants said it. Saquon wanted Micah to come to the Giants bad.
I'm
I
sure
was
he
I
did.
was praying it didn't happen. um and basically, you know what I mean? I knew top 10. Once you see all the quarterbacks getting taken, Pastor Tango, JC Horn go. Then I see the trade with Philly. I said, "Oh hell no," because I know Philly,
Yeah.
because I know
Yeah.
Philly, because I know Philly wanted them too.
Yeah.
Like I know Philly. So I mean, I seen that trade. I said, "Oh no, like no." But then you know what I mean when they drafted Devontae Smith, I was like yes, and then you know what I mean New York came on, and I was like, "Oh no," praying. Yeah, I mean, we don't get the call. I'm like, yes, yeah, I mean, and then like once they pick, you know what I mean, you see my brother get a call, you know what I mean, and he
Mhm.
answered
Yeah.
it.
How was that?
Uh I was happy, you know what I mean? I was like, I mean, I knew he was next, so you know what I mean, when he got the call, I already knew. I was like, yes,
Yeah.
all my prayers have been answered. Like, and it's crazy because it's actually a crazy draft day story. Like, so prior, like
Okay.
draft day, like even before the draft even happened, you know what I mean? it was already known that like, yeah, my brother wants to go to Dallas. You know what I mean? When we went to Dallas for the Cotton Bowl, we were in Dallas for that weekend. Yeah, I mean, we loved it down here. I was like, I could definitely see myself living down here.
Right.
And yeah, I mean, love Dallas Cowboy Stadium. Love the area. Loved everything about Texas for real. So you know what I mean? When the opportunity came around, you know what I mean, we got a low draft pick. You know what I mean? Everything is all aligned. So I was with Deron. A couple other people, I forget who all was with me, but we were looking for Micah. You know what I mean? We couldn't find his hotel and his hotel room. And we're on the
Mhm.
elevator and we stop on the wrong floor. We stop
Uh-oh.
on the wrong floor. I see my brother. He's hugging a guy I've never met in my life. So I'm like, I'm taken back. I'm like, who is this? So you know what I mean? We just sitting there
Right.
for a minute. You know what I mean? Uh, they go their separate ways. My brother get on the elevator. He was like, yo, I don't know who I just met, but I think it had to have been an angel or something. And we was like, what you
Uh-huh.
mean? He was like,
Right.
I don't know, man. I'm on the elevator. You know what I mean? This guy just starts talking to me. And you know me, I don't really talk to strangers like that. But you know what I mean? He was just saying things that just stuck out to me. And then, you know what I mean? He asked me my name. I told him my name. He was like, yeah, I was just reading a book of Micah last night. And it's crazy that I met you. It's crazy that I met you because it's like God wanted me to speak to you, and He basically told Micah everything that you want to happen is going to happen. The team that you want to go to, you're going to go there. When you get
Mm.
there, you're going to be the best player. You're probably going to be one of the best players that ever played a game, and everything that guy told
Damn.
him is coming to fruition. Like, and it was just
Wow.
like, yo, like it's just so crazy that like
Yeah, man.
our word for the draft was destiny. Like it was always written because that's just what it seemed like for real.
Wow.
Just what it
Wow.
seemed like.
That's awesome.
Yeah, like I was about
Isn't
to
that
say, and then
crazy
all
though,
the
TP?
success so early, like it's just yeah, man, it's
Yeah.
just all been
That's
surreal, bro.
crazy. God just puts random people in your life sometimes in situations just like that.
Yeah, just to
And
tell you that
he
everything
just
is gonna
gives
be all
you,
right.
yup, he'll
Yeah, for
send
sure,
a messenger for you.
for sure, for sure. And
That's
shoot,
awesome.
man, that's one of the reasons why I'm here today, man.
Yeah,
For
man. Listen,
real.
that's awesome, man. That's awesome. So, one last question. We're going to get out of here. At what point, it could have been in college, it could have been in high school, middle school when you guys were kids, it could have been in NFL. It's like a two-part question. At what point did you know your brother was going to be him? Like, I'm talking him. And
Okay,
then
I like
the
this
other
question.
question, what point no, no, no. The other question: did you know that your brother was going to be as good as he is right now, this fast?
Okay, so growing up, I was the athlete. I was the
Really?
oldest. I was the athlete. Me and my sister both. Um,
Okay.
Me and my sister a year and a half apart. Me and my brother 4 years apart. So I was the first athlete of my family. Well, immediate family. Yeah, I mean, be on the newspaper. Yeah, I mean, be recognized. You know what I mean for. Yeah, I mean what I did on the field and on the wrestling mat.
Right.
And my brother. Yeah, I mean, I had to work hard to be good. Like train,
Yeah.
work my butt off. My brother, you know what I mean, from a very young age, bro. Like never really had to work hard. Was just always good, bro.
Naturally
And
gifted. Yeah.
yeah, just from like a small kid, bro. Like growing up, he was just always the biggest and the fastest. And yeah, I mean,
Gotcha.
yeah, I mean, be telling them like, hey, like you're going to NFL. I'd be like, bro, don't tell him that. Like, don't let him get that head. Like, just let him be humble that he is. You know what I mean? Like, that's one thing
Mhm.
about my brother. Like, he'll talk trash, but like
Oh, I
inside, like
know. Trust me, I know.
he's always been humble. Like
Right.
the first time my dad ever wanted to take him to a football camp, he didn't want to go because he didn't think he was ready yet. He went to the
Right.
camp. He went to the camp and started getting D1 offers right away because it's just like,
Damn.
yeah, bro. He's just one of those people. He didn't want to
Right.
freshman year. He didn't really want to play varsity because he didn't think he was ready yet. The very first varsity game he gets in, because of injury. He had like 3, 4 sacks, blocked the punt, recovered the punt, took it to the crib for a touchdown, sent the game to overtime. Yeah, I mean, like,
Wow.
just no matter what he did, he just always excelled at it, whether that was wrestling, baseball, basketball, just overall athlete. Um, Me knowing how it is, I always told people, you know what I mean? Yeah, he's good now, but you know what I mean, the next level, you know what I mean, is always different. You never know how somebody's gonna react. You know what I mean? When you're going from being the best guy to now you gotta earn reps. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So a lot of people, especially in the mental, don't know how to take that. And I feel like growing up, yeah, I mean, especially I'm your older brother, older sister. Micah couldn't get no wins for real, especially in third lab. I mean, we playing basketball at 33. He couldn't get no wins. You know what I mean? He had to work. He had to earn them. You know what I mean? When he got them, he had to earn them. And I felt like
Right.
that's like what really like shaped his mindset of like it don't matter what it is. I'm gonna try my best. I'm gonna be a winner at it. Like,
Right.
and that's just like he got that competitive nature. That's all in my family. For we're all like that. Um,
Yeah, I bet, man.
and when I knew he was gonna be good, freshman year at Penn State. When
Really?
he
Okay. So it took the okay.
freshman year at Penn State, I was like, oh yeah, he's going. I was like, oh yeah, he's going to the. I was like, yeah, he's going to NFL. Did I think he was gonna be first round at the time? No, but I was like, yeah, he's definitely going.
But he
Like,
gonna be in the league
yeah,
though.
he's going. Like, at the very
Wow,
least,
that's
his
awesome, man.
dreams is going to be met. And you know what I mean? Second year, he took off, and that's when it was like, okay, yeah, he can really be one of them. But then you know what I
Right.
mean, you get to the league and it's just like, okay, I know he's gonna be good. I know he could win defensive player of the year.
Mhm.
But to be that good that early, make that impact, Pro Bowl,
That fast.
first
It was
team All
fast as
Pro.
hell, bro.
Yeah, it's not one of those things where it's just like, oh yeah, that's common. Nah, yeah, that was real
Yeah.
uncommon, real like that was a shocker to me for sure. Like, and I mean, he got better every week. That was the thing. You know what I mean, that really catapulted it. You know what I mean, like the first like
Yep.
5 or 6 games. Well, actually, what it really was it was the injuries and the COVID,
Yeah,
and then
to
he
DeMarcus
had to go to
Lawrence.
D line. When he had to go to
Yeah.
D line, it was like, oh
We'll see what you got.
yeah, it was like he had to go there out of necessity, like
Yeah, he had no
necessity,
choice.
and it was just like you seen him go there, and it was like he was supposed to be there. The only
From
thing
the
that I
jump.
didn't like was they should have kept it how it was. Keep him at linebacker, let him rush the passer on those passing downs because we don't have that true linebacker. We don't have that guy that is going to get in there, get off blocks, read the run, stop the
Right.
run.
And he can do that.
Yeah, and that's what my brother was known for coming in. That's why I always felt like if you really did your due diligence and your work throughout the draft process, you knew that you were getting a guy that can do it all. He can rush the passer. He's going to stop the run. You can really put him anywhere you want to go because growing up, he really played all the positions. You know what I mean? He
Yep.
safety, linebacker, running back. He was at quarterback
All that.
sometimes, receiver, tight end. You know what I mean? He could do it all.
Hmm.
So it's just like, you know what I mean? Those type of players, you know what I mean? You don't want to limit them to one position. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
You want to move
Absolutely,
them all
man.
over. That's why, like, yeah, you could make the argument, yeah, DN, you gonna get more money there. I mean, that's what it is. If he was a DN coming into the draft, there's no way he's not a top 5 draft pick. Uh,
Right.
if he comes in the year before, there's no way you pick Chase Young over him. At least I don't think.
Yeah, I
Um,
don't think so either.
so it's just one of those things. You know what I mean? He shouldn't be defined by position. Just like his
Yeah, I get
pay
what you're
shouldn't be
saying.
defined by position. You know who he
Yeah.
is. Pay that
But
man what he's
you know what
worth.
he does.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And that's the only thing I don't like about the NFL with the money thing. Pay that man what he's worth. Don't devalue the running back. You need the running back. Yeah, I mean when
Absolutely,
when it
man.
comes playoff team time and your team struggling or your quarterback struggling, what are you going to turn to? The running game. what wins you games in the playoffs, the running game. What do all the best teams have? A running game. So I mean, to
Yeah.
devalue the running back, not pay a guy what he's due is just insane to me. And then to pay
I got you.
quarterbacks who don't really deserve it all this money.